For the people that don't fight and that don't train, what is like the one or two signs that for the like when you know that they're about to break, so that they get like a POV of like, you know, like you're facing the guy and then all of a sudden, is it his body language? Is it like kind of like his breath work? Like what do you see personally?
Yeah, it's always like a little bit of combo of things, you know, like maybe I start getting closer to the guy and I see him more shelling up instead of using his feet to get away.
Okay.
Or maybe like he throws a combo and it like didn't succeed, or I made him miss big, and then I just see him like take a little deep breath, or you know, maybe I hit him and then he just kind of like his face just has a little bit more of a wince to it, and he's just like, oh, and you could just tell like he doesn't really want to be in there, you know. It's like really little things. Or maybe like I know like I put him through like a scramble, like maybe I clinched up, I shot on him and then he sprawled on me and then I clinched him up and then I start pulling his head down. And like sometimes like if I'm pulling on someone's head and they have a strong neck, I'm like, okay, but if they're like their neck starts breaking, I'm like, oh, okay, he's on his way. I'm like, he's on his way out, you know.
Interesting.
So it's just like it can be so many things, you know. And it also depends who you're fighting. Like maybe like the guy you're fighting, he has a really good poker face, but eventually you could see them break. But or if I get on top of them, then I can really tell like how much energy they have, like just by feeling them breathe, or they're huffing and puffing, or how much energy they're like putting out, you know.
So man, that was a hard liver shot that he broke there. But then that's kind of what my sense was into it. I felt like, you know, you smell blood in the water. That one from a viewer standpoint that you could see, I'm like, oh, he's backing up. The obvious, right? It's kind of like he's backing up. Kody probably could took him against the cage, grounded and pounding him, you know, and probably got the win any way he wanted. But yeah, it makes it even sweeter when it's a body shot, because believe it or not, it's just, you don't see that a lot. A lot of finishes like that. So it makes it a lot sweeter.
Yeah.
It's like the sweet science kind of thing.
Yeah. It's I feel like it's it's kind of a hard punch to like land sometimes, you know?
Oh yeah, man.
And, I like to hit the head too, but sometimes like I felt like when I was in the fight and I was trying to hit this dude, I was like, dude, this guy's got a hard head. Like, I don't know if he's going to go down if I hit this guy. And so I was like, I'll go to the body.
Yeah. You know? And, to clarify again, you are trying to go for like the highlight knockout reel, right? It's just like, okay, man, just take them out. Yeah, I'm always trying to look for the highlight reel. Yeah. But at the end of the day, too, you know, now where I'm at, it's like I'm looking for the finish. So it's like if I rock a dude and then he falls down, he's not out, I might jump on him and just take his back and just go for the choke, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, because there's schools of thought in that, right? Like I'm sure you've seen it being experienced that. You know, a lot of people maybe will stall for the decision. Do you see that a lot? Or do you think the mindset is more of like, I mean, you're at the top level now. I mean, these guys are probably just all savages, right? Do you think going into it from your experience, some people like to stall and kind of, you know, go the 5 rounds and kind of like, all right, I got him back up. Or do you think most people are trying to go to finish like your mindset? It's hard. It's all over the board, you know? Like I think like for me, which I need to start playing, you know, between the lines and doing both. I like to just go out there, you know, have fun and like put on a fun, exciting fight. But when you do that, sometimes you leave yourself open and then, you know, the fight can get away from you and then you can lose. And then there's some people that are like, I see like, you know, like a lot of the Russians and Dagestani guys, like they're really good at what they do, but like they go there to win, you know? So, you know, they'll be on you, they'll win the round, they'll win the next round, and then maybe they coast a second or whatever, you know? I see a lot of people do that too. Yeah, right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And those guys are tricky. So I have to like kind of realize what I'm getting myself into before, because I've like had experiences where I've had like guys just try to like hold me and like just try to survive and just try to win the rounds. Yep. And I was like, dang, I gotta be careful, because if I'm out there trying to just like throw down and, you know, win fights and have a good time trying to do it, and then I have another guy who's locked in just trying to win the rounds and win the fight, like if he's a really good wrestler, right? And then he can just lock you down just based on control. Judges see that, and it's kind of like and like for me, I'm always trying to like, I always want to get a finish. I'm always looking to finish the fight, get the fight, and do that. Like I think like my last fight on regional scene,
ever at Fury, I was like up 2 rounds, and like I was going into the 3rd round, and I was like, I'm finishing this dude. I don't know, but like I just put the gas on him, and I was like, I'm gonna empty it out on him, and I need to finish this guy, and that's always like what I'm looking for and look like I'm trying to do. So, but I think, you know, it's just preference thing.
Is that instinctual, or you know that there's eyes on you? You know what I mean? It's kind of like now that, again, you're kind of getting up in the entourage of things. I mean, that's it. At the end of the day, you're an entertainer, right? Like you're that's how you're gonna get paid, you know, with the fans and stuff like that. Is it like a little bit mixed of both, or is it just in you to just finish people?
Yeah.
You know, or it's just fun for you?
Yeah, it's probably a both. I think it's like in me too, you know, like sometimes like I feel like John, like his biggest thing with coaching me is trying to hold me back because I'm always just doing too much gas, too much forward when I think I do need to, I don't think I need to play the lines of like pressure and now pressure, like, you know, play and set things up. And sometimes I just want to go. And, it's like, but like I made my career in jiu-jitsu off of just putting on good, entertaining, you know, matches. Like I've like I said, I've won some matches, I've lost some matches, and I don't know, like I would think some people are gonna remember me more for my performances more than like my wins and losses, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's how you want to be remembered, right? Like for the most part, for most people.
Yeah, and I kind of I just want to like take that same recipe and I want to take it to MMA, you know? And I think it makes me more chill too. Like if I feel like I'm too focused on the win and I'm just like hunting the win, I don't really fight how I feel like I should be fighting.
That's a great point. And that's everything, right?
Yeah.
Like that's where confidence comes from and all that.
Yeah, I think that's where it comes from. Cause then I'm too shy to pull the trigger. Yeah. I'm too shy to like advance. Like I'm just waiting for my right opportunity instead of me just going in there and creating, you know, my opportunity.
Yeah. And if both guys are doing that, well,
it's just like, I know.
Yeah.